public safety meeting
Where's
today.
Ruben?
Yeah, Ruben is on vacay, and I think he's taking a little trip. I'm not sure, but this could be my last day at the office because I could do something horrible and curse and
Well, they want you to do it instead of Greg. Greg refused to do it because he broke something last time he was in there. Okay, I'm sorry.
Imagine.
yeah.
Public safety raises.
Yeah, pay raises for police and firefighters. Where are we on that? Any closer?
We're not there yet. We'll see where we are today on the public safety meeting. I've gotten quite a few more emails from police. They're telling me what life is like for them on the salaries that they've got and the things that give them job satisfaction, the things that are really working them hard and making life harder for them, and how the raises could make a difference. I've heard from quite a few of them, actually. And my legislation is tabled currently to see if we're able to come up with something agreeable to police that's using police budget and fire using whatever resources they're willing to put forward. The problem that we're having is the messaging, I think. That's part of it. And also the administration is vehemently opposed to all of it.
So, anybody who does not know or remember, tell us about what your idea was, the idea that has been tabled, and any others that any other council people might have come up with.
Sure. So I brought forward the plan that has been put together by the SPOA, and they have some really, really concise numbers behind it. It would allow moving vacant positions that have been vacant for a really long time and would be mathematically impossible to recruit and train and get to that number in the next year. So why not move those and use that money to create the raise for existing officers, and it would give about $4,000 per position on that bottom end and then moving up. The whole idea here is to stop the bleeding, and internally and externally. The department is suffering and the city is suffering because you don't really have, you're at your mandatory minimums on patrol, okay? Mm-hmm. Other plans that have come up would be a 4% raise for police and fire that would be that 4% plus the 2% longevity they get would sound like 6%, but it would really be a 4%. And I don't know that that's going to do enough to help us retain the people that we have. And our attrition rate for police is about 3 per month, and I'm not sure what it is for fire, but it's pretty high as well.
The police chief is not in favor of your idea. He told us he doesn't want to give up the money in his budget for those positions. He would ultimately like to get back up to that number. So what is the alternative?
Sure, the thing. Let me just say this about that. I respect him in his position, but he's also in a position where he's not going to say too much about any of it if his boss doesn't like it. He's in a pickle right now. But the other thing about this is police and fire are afraid that they lose positions now, they won't be able to get them back. But when we talk about getting to that number, the administration says we don't have a revenue source to maintain that raise. Well, then you don't have a revenue source to maintain that number of police. So is that a real number of vacancies?
Mm-hmm.
If you hire to that capacity, you have to be able to fund those too. So is that a real number of vacancies, or is it monopoly money?
There's been a couple of ideas tossed around pertaining to the recycling fee, the monthly $250 a month. What's your position on that? Do you think that's got any shot? And is our recycling plan in Shreveport all but done?
When you were on vacation last time, which meant that we got to talk longer because your questions weren't there to be so long.
Whoa.
That was a joke, Robert. I love you. I said that I am not in favor of turning a $2.50 recycling fee into any other kind of fee without getting express permission by a vote from the citizens. I would rather give that $2.50 back to the citizens if we're not keeping the recycling. I'm not sure what's being negotiated or who they're looking at as far as research for a new recycling plan. All of that is still in the air, but this is ostensibly the last month of recycling as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other story. But right now, I can't turn a trash fee into a public safety fee. We've already got, remember that's on the water bill. You already know I voted against the $7 trash fee. because I didn't want to put that on people as a fake tax that we're calling a fee. Remember that about me. I'm definitely not going to make you keep paying $9.50 when you're not even getting the recycling on top of a water bill that's already cray-cray.
Okay.
Crazy.
Public safety.
We're not Real Housewives. We don't say cray-cray.
Public Safety Committee meets today. Is this window dressing, or are they going to come out with a proposal today that they hope the council will pass?
Look, the council could get 4 votes for possibly my plan, possibly a plan that gives the 4% to fire and police. But if you've got 4, that means there's always a chance that there could be a veto. So what I would love to see is for the administration to give us something to work with, because right now we're using legislation like we're fixing potholes when we need to fix the whole street. Fixing a whole street would be a comprehensive plan from the administrative leadership to solve not just these pay problems for police and fire, but also a plan to do significant things as far as the crime that we're looking at. Because right now I'm seeing that we're acknowledging finally that violent crime is on an uptick. We're finally seeing in the news what we've already been feeling for months. So instead of us having to fix potholes with legislation, we need a comprehensive plan from the administration. And I'm going to keep my stuff on the table forever if they're going to come with some sort of raise. Maybe they've got an emergency plan that's going to come as an October surprise, since that's what happens when you're running for a national office.
Whoa.
Maybe we'll see something like that come up, and then we can move forward with that. Because I don't need credit. I just need action.